Beautiful people, welcome back to another episode of Busy Beader. My name is Caitlin, and I am so glad that you're here with me today because we are going to be making sun catchers. This is one of my favorite projects. I do it all the time. I have sun catchers all over my house. I love the way that they sparkle. And today's video is actually a special request from my mom. She wants me to use this beautiful hand-blown glass ornament as the bauble at the bottom of the sun catcher. So I wanted to take this opportunity to teach you one of my favorite crafts. That way you all can make gorgeous sun catchers and hang them all around your homes. If you do, I would love to see. So please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That way you can show me those and you can join me every week for all kinds of fun crafts. And be sure to check out my sponsor. Besides the glass blown ornament today, all of the rest of my materials come from my sponsor, Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. They're my supplier, and they can be your supplier too. Their website is in the description box below, so be sure to check them out. Okay, let's jump into making our gorgeous sun catcher today. Step 1. What I do is gather your supplies and materials. Today you're going to need some crimpers, some clippers, some E6000, some cord. You're going to need some thin white cord, as clear as you can get. Link will be in the description. Then you're going to need an AccuGuard here, and this is the circle part of a toggle clasp that I'm using as the top of the sun catcher. And then you're going to need a menagerie of fun bits. So I just grabbed all the sparkles that I felt like would look really good with my sun catchers. So I've got all kinds here. I've got some bicone, I've got some square, I've got some drops, I've got a couple little round ones in here. So go through and find your own menagerie of what you think is going to look beautiful for your sun catcher. And then you need a big piece for your sun catcher. So these drops here are just a couple of options that you can use. You know, you've got the round one here, which has a lot of angles. It throws a lot of light, which is very pretty. And then you've got these drops as well. This one's teardrop shaped, and this has this beautiful scalloped edge. These are all excellent options that you can use, all of which you can get from my sponsor. Today, I am going to be using this. This video was actually a special request from my mom. She gave me this and she said, make me a sun catcher out of this beautiful handmade ornament here. And so I am going to be using this, but I do encourage you to get your own sun catcher drop and follow the process along with me. The technique that I'm teaching you today can be used for any drop here. So this is what I'm going to be using, but join me with your own beautiful sun catcher. Step 2. All right, the first thing that you're gonna do for this project is you need cord. So this is going to be entirely dependent upon the design that you make, but I am going to, you can either have a long one or a short one. I'm going to do about 1.5 feet, and you want it doubled up. So notice that I have it here. So if you're wanting it to be 1 foot long, then you're gonna need 2 feet doubled up and so on and so forth. So that's about right for me. Probably won't use that much, but you know me, I like to have a little bit extra on the end here. So you're gonna go ahead and clip that off, and then you can set your cord to the side. Now you are going to take the ends of your cord here, and you are going to thread them through your drop that's going to go on the end of your sun catcher here, and you're going to pull that through. Then you're going to take the looped part of your doubled up cord and you're going to pull the ends through so that it goes like this. Okay, so now that we have that, it is time to decorate. Step 3. So the first thing that I want to do is grab my ends, and I think I'm going to use one of these little bicone crystals. I'm going to thread both of the ends of my cord through here, and I'm going to pull that all the way to the bottom. I want that to sit right there, kind of covering that little part where the cord comes together a little bit right here. All right, and I think I want to decorate that just a little bit more there at the bottom before I put some space between beads. So I am going to grab one of these round blue crystals here. I'm going to thread both of my strings through, and I'm going to do that same thing again with another bicone crystal. And I'm going to let those fall all the way to the bottom. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. So now I want a little bit of space before my next crystal. So you can just stack crystals all the way up. That's certainly one look to go for, and then just do the top. Or what you can do is you can put a little bit of space, and then when it's hanging in the window, you know, since the thread is so small, it kind of gives it the illusion that the crystals are hanging in midair, that nothing's holding them. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna go up a couple of inches and I am going to make a knot. You can just use a simple knot here for that. And we just need to double knot that. That knot's just a little bit too small. The beads will just slide right over it. So we're going to take our cord back through and around again, and then very carefully holding it so that it goes directly over the top of our other knot. You can also use round nose pliers to help you with this part. There we go, that knot should be big enough now. Now I'm going to take a bicone. There we go. So we're gonna let that one sit by the knot there. And then I am going to do a fun technique with the drops here. So I have a bunch of these blue drops, and normally the drops are at the end of something, like the big one here, but what we're gonna do for this one is kind of make it a flowery look. So you're just going to slide, you know, 3, 4, 5 or so drops. I think I've got 4 of them here on to your cord, all right in a row with nothing in between them. And they're going to sit in a really cool kind of flowery petal kind of way here, and see, then they all kind of sit kind of like that in a really cool way. So drops is a fun way to do something a little bit different with your sun catchers. But to finish this little section off, I'm going to add another of these bicone crystals, and there we have that little section finished off. So that's kind of what it's looking like so far. So I'm gonna go a couple more inches up and I'm gonna make another knot. And I think this time maybe I will add some square beads, or I might add some more round ones. Really, this kind of project is all up to you, but this is what the process looks like. So you're going to, you know, make these little sections and knot them off, but you can just do this process until you get a version of your sun catcher that you like. And when you do, go ahead and meet me back here and I'll show you how to finish it all off. Step 4. All right, so here is my design. I opted for something really pretty simple, and I made sure to finish it at the top the same way I started at the bottom here. So I have the bicone, the round blue, and then the bicone, and so that's what I have up here. Okay, now we need to finish it, and so what we're going to do is take our AccuGuard. That's this little horseshoe-shaped friend here, and we are going to slide both of our cords through one side here. And then we're gonna follow the horseshoe shape and slide both ends of our cord through the loop on the other side. And you can always use your pliers to help grab and pull things as you need as well. Once you have your AccuGuard on your thread, you are going to pull that all the way down to right above the bead. You want to leave yourself enough room to finish it off. We're going to thread the thread back through the beads and make another knot as full security. But first, we need to crimp down our AccuGuard. So you're going to go to right above where the knot is. You're going to take your crimpers and you are going to put your crimper in between your AccuGuard like this and crimp down. Then you are going to go to the other side, same space, crimp down again. And then if you want to, you can come up here and kind of crimp the edges around like this to round them back out. They flatten a little bit when you crimp. Then see how it kind of widened as we were doing the crimping? What you're gonna do is take your pliers here and we're just going to push that in a little bit gently here. And now, when we have it looking back a little bit smaller than the original shape, we're going to take the ends of our thread here and we are going to thread them back through all 3 beads. You have the thread back through all 3 of these beads like this. You're going to go ahead and pull it all the way through. And now we are going to tie another knot right next to this knot that we used to keep our beads in place. And we are just going to double knot there. And now we are going to need to glue. So you're going to get out your E6000 and we are going to cover that knot in glue. Is all glued. You're going to wait for it to dry, and then once it's dry, we're going to clip off these ends here. And now to finish it off, we're going to add the circle part of our toggle clasp to the end of it. You could also add a hook, a lobster clasp, a carabiner, anything you really want here on the end to hold it. I just think that this ties it off in a really pretty way. So we are going to take a jump ring here, and we're going to open it up. We're going to hook it through our AccuGuard, and then through our clasp and close. And there we have it. We have our beautiful Suncatcher. There you go, just like that, some sparkly beads and some string and a little bit of patience, and you have your very own gorgeous Suncatcher. I'm really happy with the way that mine turned out. I chose these blue beads so that they could complement the blue of the ornament here. This isn't going to throw rainbows like the crystals that I showed you at the beginning of the craft, so I definitely recommend using those because then when the sun hits them, they just throw rainbows all over and it's really gorgeous. This is still beautiful, special request, and I have plenty around my house of the big crystals that throw the rainbows, so it was fun to get to do something a little bit different here today. I hope that you enjoyed yourself as well. Please be sure to check out my sponsor, Fire Mountain Gems and Beads, and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When you do that, it shows me that you're loving my content and that you want to see more of it, and I will see you in the next one.